A while back I did a review on these Linux Metal Max cutoff discs, and quite honestly I didn't really like them. In fact, I will put a link to that video up here so you can go back and watch it. Now I quit using the disc and I've just been using standard abrasive discs, which you can pretty much find in any hardware store. And this is actually a Warrior brand, so it's a Harbor Freight. They work okay. I'll tell you, the secret of Harbor Freight is if you buy their Bauer or their Hercules brand discs, they actually work really well for the price. However, apparently Graff seen that video and they got a hold of me and they sent me some cutoff discs. Now they said, hey, try these. We think you're going to like them. And that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to give them a shot. We're going to cut some metal. We're going to see how slow they cut or how fast they cut. And we're going to see if they are indeed better than the Linux cutoff discs. Now this particular cutting wheel is a professional grade. It's their GRAFF Blacks, and if you read about it, they say they have a longer lifetime, up to 1,000 cuts. Of course, they did put depending on the working material type and its thickness. That is something we mentioned on the Linux disc that they didn't really clarify that. It's a constant blade diameter, and that means as the edges of the blade wear down, it doesn't get smaller and slow down. You maintain the same speed. We also mentioned that with the Linux disc, we said that was actually a good thing. And it basically has an unlimited storage life, so they're not going to degrade when they're sitting on the shelf. And they are burst proof. They're not going to explode like the regular abrasive wheels do on occasion. I think everybody's had that happen. These things explode and they go everywhere, which is why you always wear eye protection whenever you're cutting anything. The other claim on this is they have no smell, and I bet they don't. There is less sparking during the operation, which makes perfect sense. And they're 1.5 millimeter thin, if you want to know what the kerf is. So pretty cool. Right off the bat, they sound great. Now let's get to the test and see what they can do. Now, one thing I'd like to mention is it is very centered and it is very smooth. There doesn't appear to be any unbalancing of this cutoff disc at all. So we're going to cut this tubing. It's 1 inch by 1 inch and it's about 1/8 thick. So it should be a pretty good test for this wheel. And let's see how well it does. I'm going to have to say that I'm really impressed with how fast it cut through that. Now, to be fair, I think we need to take a regular abrasive wheel and cut through and see if it does any better, because that right there was a pretty fast cut. I hate to say it, guys, but the Graff disc actually toyed with it. And I'm not saying the abrasive disc didn't do a good job. It really did. But the Graff disc just seems to melt through that like butter. Let's try some thicker steel and see what it does. All right, so what I have mounted in the vise is 5/8 all thread. It's kind of a mild steel, but it is 5/8 inch thick, and we'll see how this disc does. You know, guys, I gotta say, it pretty much acts and performs just like an abrasive wheel. It seems to do really well. In fact, we'll cut this one more time with an abrasive wheel for comparison, and maybe we'll come up with the conclusion that these discs are pretty decent. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you, I'm kind of favoring the Graff wheel at this point. It's a smooth cut and it doesn't wear out. It's not going to explode on you. And quite honestly, I'm not seeing a major difference between the cuts, and the Graff actually seems a little bit quicker, which quite honestly shocks the heck out of me. I did not expect that, specifically after using the Linux disc. Of course, I had such bad luck there, but no, these are great. I actually really like them. I will put a link down below if I can find these on Amazon so you know where to buy them. Look down here. But yeah, it seems to do a really good job. I'm impressed with them. I want to do one more cut, and I've set the metal up in a way where you can actually watch it cut through the metal. Now this is some 3/4 by 3/4 kind of heavy wall square tubing. I imagine it's going to be kind of a lot for one of these, but it would also be a lot for a regular cutoff disc. But I want you guys to watch it, so we've set this angle grinder up so it's kind of going to throw sparks towards me, but I'm going to step out of the way, and I am wearing gear that should keep me protected. So let's watch this cut. Yeah, I think Graff has figured out how to cut with an abrasive wheel with diamond dust, and it just seems to do pretty well. I'm really impressed. I don't normally do these types of reviews, but like I said, they sent me a couple of discs to try, and I thought, well, if they're going to send me some discs, I'll do my best to give it an honest review. And pretty much what I found is they work, and they work well. So I know I myself am going to buy some, and I'll stock up on them. Maybe I'll quit using the abrasive disc. I like the fact that they don't grenade on you, they don't explode, and they don't seem to make a mess as you're cutting. So there you have it. That's my fair and honest review of the Graff discs. Like I said, I'll put a link down below. Maybe I can find these on Amazon or something, but that's pretty much what you're looking for. I know they make all kinds of stuff and all kinds of cutting wheels, but these are the Graff Black Professionals, and I did see that they have on their website, there's some that say they can do 3,000 cuts, and this is the professional grade, which says it does 1,000 cuts, depending on the cut size, obviously. So there you have it. If you like these types of videos, please like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. You might find something that at least entertains you.